Special item. This is a F. Lange Bandonion. This Bandoneon is it's not the biggest one. Basically, the Bandoneon was started somewhere in the 1850s, and it was kind of a way to modernize the concertina. So basically, to play popular music instead of folk music. And basically it started with a subset of buttons, and then kind of as people wanted to add different scales and things, they would add more buttons. This one, I believe, it has, I think it's the 100 note model, meaning that it's not the full extension, but as you can see, it has quite a few number of buttons, and they're diatonic. And notice it does have all the buttons, and they all sound. Same thing with the bass. Basically, it's got quite a few number of buttons, and I think the bass is a little more standard on these. But again, this is it says F. Lange Harmonika Fabrik Chemnitz in Germany. And this is the Bandoneon or Bandoneon. A name on there. Now, the one thing I'll say, it is a very beautiful instrument. You can see the trim is very special. It goes all around. The one thing you'll notice is that on the bottom it has the original kind of decorative chrome or zinc or whatever that is plate. Those were basically to protect the bellows, and also, you know, they give it some decoration. Now, I imagine that those have fallen off of this one over time, or maybe someone at one point, you know, kind of mended the bellows or reinforced them, and then they didn't put on the decorative trim. In any case, that would be something that could be done if you find the strips. You could add them on. But as it is now, it is very airtight. I would consider this a student Bandoneon. Notice that if I leave it, it does open a little bit, so it's not 100% airtight, but I think it's quite good, and there's no major leaks or anything. And again, it's a student Bandoneon. You can get one and see how well you like it before you get maybe an AA or ELA Bandoneon. But this one is kind of a basic one. And you know, the Bandoneon sound is a very rich, kind of woody sound, especially in the bass. You can really hear the reverberation. And you know, I know from some playing, I mean, essentially it's got certain scales that you can play fairly easily, which I imagine was designed that way, and then they added the other notes so that you could play other scales. So partially, I guess there's another seventh in there. So again, I mean, it is quite different than a concertina, which is more a little bit more like a usual folk diatonic accordion. This one is quite difficult to learn. I think Piazzolla himself admits that. But then again, you know, it is used in tango music, so this is kind of the authentic instrument, and it's, you know, at least a student version of it to kind of get acquainted with. play it very well, I'll at least go through the notes and show you that they all have the buttons and they all seem to work. I'll just go from the top and go across. And it does have this air lever, which basically allows air to come out of this. Allows you to get kind of a very quick movement of air, which is kind of neat that you can really change the direction quite quickly. If it's not pushed, then of course it's a pretty good compression here. I'd say about 95% or more. But of course I can release it, and it also has shoulder strap kind of brackets if you wanted to put something to kind of wear it if you're standing up, perhaps. Of course, I see a lot of players play it kind of just balanced on the knee, so I guess that's kind of your preference there. And other than that, it's just a really gorgeous instrument. Certainly, even if you don't play it, it's nice to have just sitting around somewhere. Just really quite beautiful, vintage condition. I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but it's certainly something you don't see very often.